Bruh. This is just how I look in this light. I look terrifying. So as you can tell, I'm not in the van. I'm actually back home at my aunt/mom's house. This is usually where I stay when I'm not in the van and I have to work on it or do a deep cleaning or something just to reset. It helps to pull everything out. Anyways, I'm here because I'm about to leave on a snowboard trip, so I got to do some maintenance on the van. It's easier if I go back home to do it because I get a lot of help. You know, I can pull all the stuff out of it. Mom will do laundry, and Dad helps with the little things I've got to get done so I can get it done quicker. And so, yeah, this is like my high school bedroom. That's still pretty much how it was. Look at that old mystery poster. Grand Theft Auto. Look at Beakers up there. We got a little Blues Brothers. It's a big old paper mache skateboard. Oh, there's a skateboard chair over there with Alf on it. Doing that. Furniture out of skateboards was a thing a long time ago. I know you're bored. Let's go. I guess we'll just go about my day today and talk about what that's like. Okay.
Damn. We had
Don't know.
I am.
No.
I'm vlogging.
Oh no, man. I didn't brush my teeth.
It's not like it's gonna pick up on your breath. Is he outside?
Yeah.
Oh, Arch, where you go?
So Archer hides because there's a lot of cats, other cats around. Like this one who's eating a fake plant.
Yeah.
Someone's at the door. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Usually I get in at my mom's like on Fridays real late, around 10 or 11. He's gonna barf, isn't he? Man, this is how it goes. So being at my mom's isn't really a huge break from van life. When I get here, it's like I get here late, and so I'd usually just eat dinner and then go to bed. And then in the morning I'll go clear the van out, which I'm gonna do now while she cooks me breakfast. And so that's a only child thing, I'm pretty sure.
What?
That you're making me breakfast.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I miss you, so that's breakfast. And then a little bit of meat.
so I'm gonna go clear some stuff out of the van. That's what I'm trying to say. The sun's probably right in the thing. So it's nice to like come here, gut this whole thing, take all the cushions and the sheets and rugs, everything out, and then clean it. You know, she can do the laundry while I go and work on the van. And that was something I didn't mention. My mom wanted me to get a bunch of monitors for her class coming up, and traveling with things like when you have the shoe boxes or whatever, you kind of just have to put them wherever. It looks like Archer might have scratched him. And I just kicked the huge water bowl over. Damn it! This is probably better as a time lapse. Alright, let's switch this to time lapse. Cleaned out. Gone. Laundry. Ready to go. Time to eat some breakfast. Oh, I gotta get those monitors. Bleh.
You should have warned me. I didn't.
No, this is real though.
Yeah, but I know, but I didn't comb my hair.
Okay. Oh, I forgot I've got all this Dog food in here still. On my way to my dad's. I get the question of what's it like living in a van, or what's van life like? And it's like, well, for me, it's just living in a small space. I go about my day-to-day routine like normal, but I live in a van. And one of the things is the maintenance. This is gonna be a very exciting video. Wow, maintenance.
Come on, honey, how are you? Are you going on this trip too?
Yeah.
If you behave, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you if you behave. Okay.
So I clean the van every week, but when you live in it with 2 pets, hair is everywhere. It's everywhere. And I'll clean it now, and it'll be hairy again the second they get back in it, and it'll be muddy again because Rocky doesn't take his shoes off. He just jumps in. It gets messy quick. And then you know, especially like if you're in an area with sand, you know, when we went surfing, that it's just everywhere, and it gets everywhere so fast you can't get it out, and it's like we're gonna do the snowboard trip, which means wet gear, which means wet floors and rug and smells. So fun facts of living in a van. These aren't fun, just facts. Dirty rug, look at all that dirt in here. You know, that's after like 4 days. Trash can, falling pieces of stuff. Clean this, clean dishes, everything, right? I'm in my garage area now. A few people have asked what it's like having a cat in a van and the smells like, because I have a igloo style, like an enclosed litter box, and I have the divider, which is open right now. Because that's closed and then that's sealed off back here and it's inside this like enclosed litter box, I don't smell it. And I thought like, oh, in the summer it's gonna be hot, it's gonna heat up and it's gonna smell worse. But no, it's not the case. The only time I do catch a whiff is if he's like, takes a huge shit and doesn't bury it well, and it's like right when he takes it and he comes flying out and he's like jazzed that he just took a huge shit. But other than that, you don't really smell it. And I've asked everyone else who has ridden in the van, and that's never been a thing. As far as a mess goes, he does leave litter all over the back here, so I pull everything out, and then when I do my cleaning, I just sweep all that litter out of here and wipe it down. So another fun thing I get to do is clean out the pisser, the toilet, the cassette toilet. No number 2s in there. Haven't had to do that yet. I'll let you guys know when I do, just in case something happens where I get sick and there's some explosive diarrhea. But for now, I've been A-okay. So I guess I'll show you that. Exciting stuff! So this is how it goes. This lever, you pull it up and it releases the cassette. And there's not much pee in here because I emptied it out last weekend. It usually takes me about 2 weeks to fill it up. Oh, look, and it goes into briefcase mode and it has wheels. See? Cool. I'm gonna film myself pouring my pee in your toilet. Okay. So this turns up, take off the lid, and then there's this little button here. It allows air in so that it will empty. And there you have it, blue pee. And I'll show you why it's blue. And it doesn't smell bad, it just smells like chemicals. This isn't Archer. This is Shit Biscuit. And that's his real name. But I'll go pour some bleach in it and show you guys that. And I take one of these guys, a tank deodorizer tab. These are the puppies that make it blue in there. And I open it up, drop it in, and then run some water down. You hit this button. I'll clean the bowl out in a minute. So realistically, I'm probably about a half hour in by this point. Yeah? This is gonna be a terrible video. Terrible video. Look at that stud. Getting a suntan? I made that joke during the tour video. Like, oh, popping zits. It wasn't, I mean, it's not a joke. I do pop zits here. But some people were like, oh, gross. And it's like, are you shitting me? You've never popped a zit? You haven't popped a zit? Oh, I have perfect skin. You probably have a fuckload of blackheads. If you don't pop zits, it's like either you're a liar or a child murderer. Or somebody who collects like porcelain dolls that have those like realistic bobble eyes when you like, oh, what is it, this? Those terrifying ones. It's gross. I'm gonna pull my trash tray out. So, look at this hair. Look at all this hair. I get to vacuum all that out, which is pretty satisfying. Who did this? What is that? Oh, is that you? Ugh. Well, if y'all fucking brushed him every day, this wouldn't be an issue, you terrible dog owner. I do brush him from time to time, but he just, I mean, it's a small space. Be free! Oh no. What you need to do is shut the fuck up. This is my most disliked part of cleaning the van, is the front area. Shit just gets under stuff, and so it's just a slow clean. And this is just a dumb video overall. Like, what was I going for? Was I trying to be like, oh, this is what a little bit of what living in a van is like? Cleaning, you have to clean it. This is a taste of it, right? Is that what I was trying to say? I'm cleaning.
You got the apartments to rent.
Huh?
You got an apartment to rent.
Oh yeah, do you wanna
Yeah, I'm looking.
stay in there with me?
Yeah.
Is this your hedgehog? My lips look big. Dude catches coronavirus from vacuum. That'll be the headline. Ugh. So before I lose daylight, I'm gonna change the oil on the van. So I have a 2015 Ram Promaster 2500. You're gonna need 5W20, about 6 quarts. I think it's like 5.95 quarts, something like that. I went with the high mileage full synthetic, and then I just do high mileage because I don't want to change it as often. This filter looks a little something like that. snagged an oil pan, and then wiper blades. Grabbed some new wiper blades because mine looks like a snake's running off of it. And actually Archer was trying to catch it while we were driving the other day, which was funny. And we got cardboard. So, the drain plug is right here. That's a 13mm there. And you're gonna take your oil pan, put it underneath it, and then unscrew it. Are you kidding me? Oh, fucker. Ah. Oh no! No! No, 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 no! Well, I made a mess. A bit of a mess. And just to give an idea on prices, so I spent about 60 bucks on the oil change and then 40 bucks on the wipers. So after you make a mess of everything, you put your drain plug back on. I'm just not good at not making a mess. This is stupid, I'm running out of daylight. I'm gonna pull the filter out. That is your oil filter right there. This is the old oil filter. It just pops in there, pop it out. There's an old O-ring. You change that out as well. New oil filter, O-ring. Take some oil and rub it on there. Pops in. Fill the cap back on. If you put in 6 quarts, you should be good. And that's it. Popping off these wiper blades. You got that front tab, so you get a little flat head to get underneath it and pop it. And then these are like hooks, right?
It's like a spring-loaded tab. And slide, yeah, now that piece moved forward in the cavity. Oh, I just clicked it back on.
So then you slide it forward,
Yep.
up and out.
So the new ones have these fancy,
A lot easier just to squeeze.
you don't have to squeeze the spring when you click it in.
Slide in, close it shut. Done. New wipers. Cone head. Alright, go for it. Boom. Alright, your solids. Ooh, not easy, and it's right in my mouth. Woo! Okay, back at the mom's house, aunt's house, and we're snacking a little bit before we go to her office to install those monitors. That has nothing to do with van things, but I transported them in the van. This is where Archer hides. Look at that evil face. Stay. Or you have a button. This is a section of my mom's office, and it's like being in the 90s. There's even like a 90s poster over here. It says dream big. But these old monitors are being replaced with old monitors. They're just not as old. All new monitors put in. Well, new old monitors. This is a giant paper graveyard. Now we're gonna go get pizza.
So they're going on a snowmobile trip.
margarita and movie.
I like way Cheyenne.
So
Give you the crap.
it's like 10:30. So we're eating dinner and then trying to watch a movie and fall asleep. I was hoping to get something better with this video today, but rock. Broke eye contact for 2 seconds. How much did you eat today? Huh? Alright. We got a lot to do tomorrow. Day 2. One of the things I forgot to point out when doing the oil change is to turn off your oil change light, or that little notification that pops up there. So currently, oil change required. To get rid of it, they say turn it off and then you turn your key to auxiliary. Right, that's what that's called. Boom. You don't actually kick it over. You hit the gas pedal within 10 seconds 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then you turn it off. Turn it back on. I don't need to change my oil anymore because I did that. So one of the things to keep in mind when buying a van or doing this whole van life thing is like, well, do you want to build it out? Do you want to live in it full time? Do you want to just travel in it? Are you doing it because you think it's an escape? And I think it's not necessarily an escape. Maybe if you travel all the time, but it, you know, in the beginning, it takes a lot of work to build one. If you buy it, you kind of skip that process, but you have to have money for it. Do you want to have a vehicle that's okay on gas mileage, or is it smarter to just go buy an RV, like an old RV that's way cheaper than building one out like this? And I think it's all dependent on like what you want in it and the reliability of the vehicle you find, what kind of vehicle you plan on getting, and then what you do with it. And so for me, it's not really an escape. Yeah, I wanted the experience of building out a van, and so I did it, and it was a lot more expensive than I expected it to be. And so, you know, at first that was kind of like a big pill to swallow. I was like, man, I should have just bought something that was a lot cheaper if I'm gonna be living in it. And I also thought I'd be traveling a lot more. When I first did it, like the shoe company was gonna take off and I get to travel with it, and this would allow me to do that. But in reality, I'm just working more to pay for it all. Rock? Rock, oh, you're right here. You're right there. Don't go too far. It's just one of those things I get asked a lot. What is it like living in a van? And it's, for me, it's saving me money in the long run. And I think that a lot comes down to, you know, how long do you plan on staying in it? And for me, I had thought, oh, 2 years. And now I'm like, man, 2 years is almost here already. I'll probably be in here longer. So when I look at that big price tag of what it costs to get the van and build it out, it's like it'll be paid off in me not having to pay rent probably by the end of this year, halfway through next. And I took on more responsibility with this. So it's not like, oh, cool, I'm done. No more responsibilities. Like, it's nice to be able to come back to the van, but it's constantly cleaning. It's constantly, you know, making sure I got propane if it's cold, and I have water, so if I need to shower or do dishes and things like that. And then you worry, like, uh-oh, what's that sound? What's that sound? Because if your house is breaking down, you know, you got to put it in the shop and then you're homeless for a while. So it's always good to have some type of backup plan, because that happens. Like, your vehicle is going to break down. I just think you should expect, like, know that comes with it. Like, you're going to run into issues. And if you're doing a build, especially if you think it's going to be this way, it's going to take this much time, double or triple it, because it's not gonna go how you expect it to. And maybe you're awesome and you're gonna do it great, but I would still say double it. It's a big commitment. But again, they say that same thing when you get a dog or anything. That sort of responsibility. Double rag. Whoa, almost fell. So another thing you should do before taking off on a trip is to check your tire pressure. And it doesn't hurt after, you know, a few thousand miles to rotate your tires, which we did a few weeks ago. And if you were to take it into a shop to do a little tire rotation, check your pads and your rotors and all that stuff, you know, and do the oil change and top your fluids off, you're looking at a couple $100 just because it's a commercial vehicle. So it is the end of our day. Well, end of my visit this weekend. And this is something my mom and I do every time to get the sheets back on. I've done it by myself, which is no fun because it's such a tight fit. It's like, you know.
It's tight.
Dad was like, oh, don't get hurt. You know, going snowboarding.
Yeah.
I gotta have something to live for. And then he blew the blowtorch at me, like, you're the guy I gotta live. And it fried my hoodie. He thought it would be so quick. You know, like a.
Oh no. Yes, come on, man, it's good. Put some
It
mashed
looks
potatoes on
somewhat
it.
real. Like if you didn't have that to compare it to. He's staying by my stuff because we're about to leave. He doesn't want me to leave him. So I have my mom, when I come, buzz the back of my neck for my fuzzies because I can't get them. You know, when your hair gets longer and you start to get that. Does everybody get that?
I guess.
Beep, 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 beep. Well, that's
I'll
what
try
we're
to grab it.
I will.
Excuse me. Chocolates for you, a couple, and a cookie for Rocky.
Like a dog. Say, oh, shit!
Go around. He's right here. Oh, there you go.
Arch, come on, Archer. So I'm back in Indy after the weekend, and that's what it's like to live in a van. And it's funny, you clean everything, and like it's already a little bit dirty from Rocky running around because it's starting to get into the spring and, you know, it's muddy out. And then I know once we go on this trip, I'll get back and it's just gonna be filthy. Like, that's just what happens. But, you know, not having a house, not having my own garage to work on the vehicle, it's nice to have a home base, which is going back home. And I only live about 2 hours from my dad and my mom's places. So I don't know what it's like to do that out on the road. You know, you just gotta find a place, you gotta find a mechanic, or you have your tools on you and you can do it yourself. I don't know how that goes. I have my set routine and I have places I can go, and I had that in mind before I started living in a van. And I'm very thankful to have all the support, the family that I have. I don't know where I'm going with this. My hair's insane because I showered before I left and then I just like whipped it. What I was trying to say is it's harder to do this, but if it was easy, then it wouldn't be interesting, and I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much. So the challenges suck when they hit, but they're
there's something to look back on. It's the spice of life, spicy life, spicy pizza, spicy meatballs. I will say, being a single person in a van or a couple without pets would probably be 10 times easier. 10 times easier. It's hard to keep up with, but the trade-off is unconditional love. So, you know, what's more important, being super clean and hair-free, or having a heart? That's right. You're evil. You clean freak. You're a good person. Okay, let's not use that part. Bye. Till next time. Share, like, bell, ring. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Oh, the older gentleman, I heard that song. He had a old cassette tape with that song on it. He would play in his Ford Taurus when he would take us to get Pokemon cards. He is now 89, huh?